Hello. Welcome back to Planet Coaster. Now, the previous episode was all a figurative of your imagination. It never happened. You were sleeping and you dreamed it. None of it happened. None of it. You dreamt every single second of it. That is all that happened. It was a big old dream and you dreamed every single minute of it. You never really clicked on this video. You dreamed, you imagined clicking on this video. You didn't actually click on the video. You thought you did, but it was all in your dreams. Also, everybody off. I want to edit this ride. Sorry, I need to edit this ride. Where is it? Edit my track. You can get back on in a second. I just need to edit my track. Which I've forgotten how to do. It's there, isn't it? No, it's maintenance. Over there. Ride management. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to edit this station. I'm going to make it more exciting. I'm making you enter and exit at 10 miles an hour. So you basically just go voing. So you basically now just go voing. Alright, have I still got no clip on? Yes, I do. And now it's at the maximum speed. Good. Now we need to give it a new test. See how it goes, see how it runs. See how it goes and runs these days at a faster speed. So you now come out, it's like woof. Makes it more exciting, I feel. It was exciting, but not like, ooh, crazily exciting. But this makes it more exciting. Ooh. I might do this for all of our rides actually, just kind of make them a little bit more exciting because they have that more sort of initial speed as they come in, so they're a bit more like, they start a lot quicker. Hello Ellie! Good morning! We are currently in the middle. We're actually in the middle of retesting one of our rides. I've changed it very slightly. I've changed it very, very slightly. I've just basically made it so that it comes out the station and goes into the station a lot faster, so it's like woof woof. So it's not like going out super slow. It's not like, it's kind of not a relaxed start anymore. You do go down, because on this ride you go down immediately. Is that any better? Excitement's apparently just exactly the same thing. Okay, I'm not going to bother changing it, but because it's already built. But let's see what's boring about this and for future roller coasters. That's kind of what that is. So it's a bit boring as you're going up. Got a nice bit of excitement down there because you're going down at some speed. Okay, I think the issue with this ride is it just spends most of its time going up, so it's kind of meh, boring. Which is good to know for future rides, so we don't want rides to just go up all the time. Rides that just go up all the time and slow down a lot are boring. We don't want to do that for future rides. We want to have rides that kind of do stuff and are actually like a proper ride and don't just spend all their time going up. I mean, it's got some excitement to it, but yeah, it's not a lot, is it? Because a lot of it is just going up, so a lot of excitement's kind of just veered off. But that's fine. Wait a minute. Did the excitement of the ride just go up? I swear when I first finished testing that, the second time after changing the speed to leave the station, the excitement was 415. Now it's 420. Have I gone insane? Have I gone insane, or has that ride excitement just gotten better? I can't tell if I've gone insane or if the excitement on that ride's just gotten better. Oh my god, what the hell's going on there? Keep off, what are we doing? Is it you? Okay, can I delete this path, please? Delete path. Thank you. Delete path. Now we're gonna rejig the path. Path joining, no. Not for now anyway, because I wanna... Oh well, it has to be path joining here, doesn't it? So we can join onto this path. No, but could you not? There we go, it's gonna make the queue. Oh god, no. Oh, we're just gonna make the queue a little bit bigger. This bench, well, it needs to go now, because it's in the way of my bigger queue. This bench is now in the way of my... What the hell's going on here? Okay, no, that doesn't work. My bigger queue to make this ride bigger queue wise doesn't quite work. Nah, it's not worked, does it? Delete, 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 delete. Hang on, I could just Control Z it actually. And I can get that bench back. There we go, and then Control Z U. Control Z U. There we go. Look at me. Using keyboard shortcuts like a madman. Oh, look at me. Using keyboard shortcuts like a madman. Get back in the station, you fucking scrap. There you go. It has reopened. With it slightly... Has it got any more exciting, actually? What the fuck? That excitement. What the fuck? Am I going insane, or does that excitement keep changing? I can't tell if I've gone insane, or if the excitement for this ride keeps changing. What the fuck is going on here? The excitement for this ride keeps changing, and I can't tell if I'm going insane or not. Like, I can't tell if I'm going insane, because the excitement for this ride was 3 different things. I don't understand. I don't know. You don't know. Sorry to piss you all off whilst you're queuing for a log flume, but is this any it's just got good excitement to it. Hang on. Sorry to piss you all off whilst you're queuing for a log flume, but I'm gonna kick you all off a log flume for a second. Don't worry. Don't worry. Oh god, it just flung over by the exit. Ah, I can't set entry exit speed on a log flume. Well, that's good to know. Sorry, didn't mean to kick you all off. It's fine. You can go back on it now. I can't set entry exit speed on log flumes. Alright, that's fine. Is anybody on this? Nah. Fine, I feel fine closing this one down, to be honest. Nobody's even on the fucking thing, so what's it matter? Oh, there was some people on it. Sorry! Okay, I can't do that either, that's fine. There we go. And we don't need to bother making that any more exciting, because... Oh, right. Well, frick it, that's the most the second most exciting thing I've built, so fuck it. Now, I was kind of thinking, as opposed to maybe, because I don't feel like having big old spaceships coming through the Old West is really a good idea anymore. So what I'm thinking is that a whole building? Yes it is, I can just delete that building. Good. Now what I'm thinking is not paths, is I'm thinking I just get some terrain. And my thinking is I just pull off a bunch of terrain around this entire park. And then just kind of you know, make a big old area and fill it. That's my new thinking. Because you don't want, because a lot of this, I feel like what would be better is if you don't see a lot of it. Like, you know, a lot of the rides you don't see. Like, you've got the big. Oops. Hey, I would like some lag, please. Thank you. You've got this big sort of main area. Like, you've got this big sort of main area that has some rides in it and stuff. And it kind of does its thing. For a few rides. But then I feel like you want this, you know, slightly sparser. But then, in other areas, you can kind of go like... But then in other areas, you kind of got like areas that go off and veer off and do their own things and stuff like that. I also don't like the fact you can just see that this water just ends. I want to do something with that. But I want to kind of... I feel like increasing the water to go around the entire park would be slightly better. But not go around the entire park in terms of just fill the entire park over that way with water. Just like bring the sort of mountainous terrain round. Like just sort of bring the mountainous terrain round. And then just kind of go, okay. So we just like bring the mountainous terrain around it and it just kind of, you know, does its own thing and kind of goes its own way and, but you know, kind of vaguely keep mountains pretty much going all the way around it. I feel would be a better idea. And what I feel would be a better idea is we'll edit the train accordingly to go to all the new places as it needs to. But I think that would be a better idea is to just fling sort of, so it's like there's all these roller coasters and all this big stuff going off, but you don't necessarily see it. You might get like glimpses of it, but you don't actually see it. I think that's a slightly better idea. Because this is what I'm thinking. So if I just, okay, wait, right. So where do I want it? Where do I want this extra word to go from? So if I was to just say from here, oops, now it's pulling. That's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to pull in terrain. I wanted to push out. Well, maybe it'd be better if I chisel an area out, maybe. Would it be any better if I chiseled an area out? Does that make it any better? Why has it gone back down to 39? I was at 60. What have you done? And then I just kind of... Let's not just flatten to a foundation and just drag it across. Let's not just go like that and just go for... And let's not just go like that and just flatten it to the foundation of the water and just drag the water out. What I'm thinking is if I could just drag the water out, but then I will cave it up accordingly in a minute, but if I just drag like... If I just drag like the water out into certain places so the water can go over there. And then it can come over this way. This is a very rough design, by the way. Who knows whether I'll like it or not, whether I'll just end up deleting the entire thing in a second, I don't know. There we go. That gives that... Oh God, what have I just done? What have I just done? Have I just deleted all the water everywhere? I have done. Okay. Whatever I've just done, I've deleted all the water. Can I put the water back now? Thank you. That's not the right height. Not the right height? No, it's not the right height either. What have I done? Okay. So, whatever I just moved, I can't move. Whatever piece of terrain I moved, yeah, I can't move that, because when I move that, it not only deletes the water, but deletes it to a point. Okay, so it's that bit there. Okay, so it's that bit there. Can I... Is it not allowing me... Okay, so it's not allowing me to connect these two pieces of water in that fashion. Okay, so it's just not allowing me to connect those two pieces of water. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. So what we'll do is we'll try it in this way. So if I just bring it down... If this doesn't work, then I will just kind of... Oh, fucking train's broken down. If this doesn't work, then what I will do is I'll just kind of maybe delete this bit of water. Is it because it's different waters actually? Hang on, let me try that. It might be because it's different waters trying to connect to one thing. Maybe it's because it's different waters. We'll try this. Might just be because it's different waters trying to connect, I don't know. We'll try this. And if this works, then that could be a reason. No, it's just... Nope! That made no difference whatsoever. It's still just fucking deleted all my water. Okay. Okay, so I can't actually have water... Why am I mouse clicking now? Just Control Z it. Okay, so I can't actually do that. Didn't make a difference what water I used, to be honest. Okay, so we'll just kinda... We'll just get rid of this water now, I've decided. Go away. Bugger off. Naff off. Just naff off, really. Hooray, huzzah, hooroo, hooray, the train has been fixed. Right now, the incredibly useless train. Okay. There we go. So we'll do that. Now, we will continue. So the water can go around here. It can kind of... Do I want it to go off there? Yeah, I can let it go off there and then just kind of push out. A little tiny area into there, does it? Come through. Yes, it does. But what I can do... So that kind of comes into there, does its thing. But what I can do from here... is I can pull it in. Whoops. No, not that. Pull it in a fashion so that you can't actually see that the water goes through there. So that you can't see the water going through there, but the water kind of just goes through in that vegetative. There we go. So that kind of just has the water going through there. So the water looks like it goes into there. Thieves been caught. Man, security are on fire today. Got 2 thieves already, I think. So that's some good security in. There we go. So, we're just going to push now. We're just going to basically push out a big bunch of areas for water. Going across most of the park. And then I'm going to look at it and see what I think to it. Because I feel like just building one, because I was kind of thinking maybe I could just build, like, if I just leave it there for a second, like if I go to, you know, where are they, like some of the Star Wars-y kind of things. If I can just ever find them, which I apparently can't. Like, you know, some of the... Well, have I gone completely insane? I've got this now. Which looks a bit like the McLaren livery. Ooh! That's not what I was looking for though. But like things like what's that? BattleBots. Dun 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 dun. It's basically Robot Wars, but not. You're like, where? Have some Growler up in here. Or a Vega Tempted Growler. Guess you could say, but have I gone completely insane? Oh yeah, like this stuff here. I feel like just having this just kind of next door to all of the old sparsely western stuff wouldn't feel right. But if I stick it in mountains so like you can't see it and you just go out and you're like, ooh, what's that? And then at the end of this entire park we just go, boing. The fireworks that just go off. Because I do kind of feel like it would be a lot better to kind of put all the spaceshipy stuff in here, just not in an area where people can see it. Because, you know, you don't really want to see it, do you? Hey, look at that! Then we can just have these go off at the end of the park. We could, then once the park's done, we just place all these down. Go, but like once the park is done, we launch these off the top of this cave. So as you walk in, it's like, I mean that's going to be a while off for the park's done, but that's what we could do. The hell is this? Western Adventure. What are you? What's Western Adventure? Oh, is that just like... Oh, that's just a train, but it's one asset. Oh, okay. Also, I keep going through the ground, and I keep thinking, why have I gone through the ground? I keep forgetting I've got no clip turned on. Keep forgetting about that one. I'm like, why have I just gone through the ground? Because you've got no clip turned on, brain. That's why you keep going through the ground. My mind was just like, why have I just gone through the ground then? What's happened? Because I got no clip turned on, and that stays turned on every time I leave and then come back. And look, there's our little station. Now, so I think that might be slightly better. Just so that I can kind of, you know... I think that's probably a slightly better idea. If I do it that way, so then what I can do is I can have all the space stuff, all the sci-fi stuff, but kind of... you know, fill it into an area. As it were. Now, so, we'll get back. That just kind of, I feel like, makes it look a bit better. So I just kind of feel like it makes it look a bit better. So then for some of the spaceship stuff, and some of the sort of more space-themed rides, they can be in the park, but you won't necessarily see them because they're embedded in like mountains and stuff. And it kind of keeps the aesthetic of the park going, doesn't it? And it kind of keeps the aesthetic of the park going, so you're like, ooh. So then you don't suspect all the space-themed rides. You just think it's an old sparse Western park. You just think you're coming into this old sparse sort of Western park, but as you come into it, you can kind of start to see some of the space-themed rides, and you start to realise, ooh, it's actually a thing. And you start to come in and you realise, oh, it's an actual thing here, not just a... And then you start to come in and go, ooh, there's an actual, like, thing going on here. It's pretty nice. Let's go do that. So it's like that. Big old water area, and then we push. No, we don't. We put the sides back up. Now we push this way. Is it raining outside? Oh, bloody hell it is. It's not just raining. It isn't just raining out there. There's a fucking thunderstorm going off, and it's pissing down with rain. You love to see it. You love to see it, don't you? Anyway. If I just do like something like that. There we go, just do something like that. Just something like that. So the water kind of goes off in lots of different ways and does its own separate thing. And how does the water look on its own? Just on its own. Actually, not terrible. Actually, not terrible. Actually, that's not terrible. Actually, that actually is not. That's actually not terrible. Can I just push this back into here? Or is it going to delete all the water again? No, it will let me push it back into here. That's interesting. Do you know what, actually? The water itself, it's not actually terrible. It's not actually terrible. I actually quite like this. You know, it's not terrible. I was expecting it to be horribly terrible. It's really not. It's really quite nice, actually. And if anything, having this water go all the way around, well, it's going to make our sort of westerny watery desert theme even better. Because now you can put all the space raids in it, in this park, but then you're not going to know the space raids in the park, you won't see them. So honestly, I feel like this just makes it much better. Because now all the space raids can be in the park, but you're not going to see as many of them because they're going to be a bit more hidden. Like that. So what I can now do is so I could put rides in here. Like, what kind of space theme? I mean, that's not going here. That's not in any park. Like, you could now put stuff in here. Like this could now go in the park. Like the cube could now go in the park. But like, because I could build it in a mountain, you don't see it. No, you're not going to see it as much, and the overpower ride. And the radius kind of ride. Like things like this, you can now put in the park, and we can kind of just fill them around with terrain so you don't even see them anymore. Which I think is just a better idea. Because then you kind of come into the park and you think it is just a sort of empty sort of space, as it were. And it's very sparse, there's not many rides going on. But then there is actually quite a few rides going on. They're just elsewhere and they're kind of not. But then there are actually loads of rides going on. They're just kind of going on elsewhere. Oh, that's an even better idea. We could launch fireworks off of this when the park's done. It's an even better idea. Just stick them on top of that. But yeah, that's what we can do. Is we can now start to sort of go, okay, and have like lots of different rides going through. Sort of terrain and stuff, and make them fit a bit more through the mountains. And we could have more roller coasters going through the mountains. We could have more roller coasters going through the mountains, but then we can have some exclusive in the mountains that are a bit different. The only seen in the mountains are a bit different, maybe. So we could have like some other ones that just go through the mountain and kind of do their thing, so you don't necessarily see them. So, you know, some different ones, and so you don't necessarily see some of them, and they're a bit different and a bit, ooh, what's going on here? So, you know, then you can kind of get some of these different rides going, because you're not necessarily going to see. Looks a bit like the DeLorean. So then it kind of lets you do some other stuff, and then we could have some other track rides, and you can get like a go-kart track going in here. And stuff like that. You know, just kind of, you know, big old vague stuff. Which kind of just makes it look a bit better, I feel. It would just kind of, I feel, make it a bit better, because then you're not going to see everything. So then you're not going to see it all, and you're not going to be like, ooh. Ooh. Ooh, hello. Hello, what have you done? Oh, you've kept a train on there, that's interesting. Okay, what I can do then is, hang on. If I was to just kind of go like this. And then I just kind of flatten it off to about like this level. There we go. There we go, like that. So now it looks like that. It's being held up by the magical floating tiny bit. Why are you floating away? There we go. So now, kind of gives off that feeling of this is being held up by this. Now just go away. I don't want small size. What small size? Just to get rid of that. There we go. So now it kind of looks like it's being held up by this bit, which is quite nice. Now we just need to pull up some terrain. That's our best bet, is to pull up some terrain. All around the water, so you don't see the water and it kind of still looks like a mountain area, I guess.